Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is TFWong, your host, coming you in for the breakfast show every 10:15, Monday to Friday, except Tuesday and Thursday. It will be in Bursa. Now, today we have some great trade ideas and also reviewing what we have done last Monday, especially too. And also we're going to capture some of the headlines which was over on the weekend and re-examine how has our market worked. So are you ready this morning to look at some of the headlines or the news in store for you? So I hope that my broadcast this morning find you good and healthy, and do share this in your timeline so more people can enjoy. And of course, do put in the stock review that you want me to do that. I'll be happy to look at them. And also thank you for those of you who have put in your Google Play Store's feedback on the SMARTRobie, as well as those on the Facebook and Google Play Store, and as well as Apple Play Store. All right, let's move on to what we have for you this morning. That's right. Now, this morning, definitely we are looking at the beginner level. That's right. On Monday, today, we'll be looking at the trading plan, and the stock trade idea will be Pentagon Guider. Now, for some of you don't know what I mean, you can look right at the top here, just on this side of the screen. You can see Pentagon Guider just on your left. You were able to do that. We usually have 3 screeners. So on Monday is definitely looking at this, and no doubt we will also build a trading plan and review some of the trading plans that we have last week again. All right, so thank you for coming this morning in here. Really appreciate, and let's see what we have for you this morning and so far. All right, now of course let's look at the headline this morning in here. Yes, no other than general election 15. Now, some of the analysts have taken a look at the past general election. So where are we heading in this general? If you look at somewhere in between the last general election that we have, GE14 and GE13, the KLSE market actually hit 1800. Right now we are at, let's take a look at it, where we are now. We are at 1602. Does that mean we have something like what, 200 points to go up? What do you think? Do you think that our market will head up for another 200 point going higher, like what it did in GE13 and GE14? Isn't it right? But also in this same report, which are reported by the analysts, subsequently after the election result that comes out, the market took a big tumble. Okay, so this is only good short term. So meanwhile, will we see this market at least? Let's look at the market, what we have here. And I want to show you this, where we are. And let me just switch to a wider chart here. This is where we are. Okay, now this report that you see on top of me talking about the general election sparking a market rally at 1800. Okay, So of course, short term we need to break above the 1620. What do you think? Do you think that we have this catalyst to break higher in there, right? And key in your comment, yes or no, or do you like general election 15 to spark some sort of a short-term trading opportunity? All right, that's yet to be seen, but of course, first thing we want to know, at least we don't have a red Pentagon and breaking 1620. This morning, let's take a look at where we are this morning. The last update that which I was looking at, the market was only let's hit the KLSE market this morning here. And we are at 1601. That's right, 1601. Yet to be seen how much we can go up. Let's move on to our next headline. Is no other than recovery, and recovery definitely in the oil and sector. So a lot has been said, and we've been talking about market recovery for many sectors. Definitely for many of our sectors, oil and gas remain yet to be seen if that's coming in back. Of course, we always can type sector analysis to see which sector is actually picking up in here. And right now, you would know the highlight of this article, which was written by Miss Yap here. It's about crude oil, and talking about crude oil hitting $100. That's right, $100 in this time. That means, do take note, last week we were paying more at the pump too, at our petrol station pump. Hitting $100 would definitely be good for our country in there, but that will definitely cost more on your petrol pump. And a lot of the oil and gas sector, like your Serber Dynamics, your Sapura Energy, your Hibiscus, Dialog, Dayang, Yinsun, will eventually come back up. So those are the short-term hope that we had, because they talk about market recovery, oil prices will recover on higher consumption of oil, but also on the backdrop of it will be the shale oil prices, the shale oil that they have in US and also in Canada. That seems to be going to create a lot of glut in the market. The crude oil prices exceed around the $80 in that. So take note of this development. Interesting to see in here. All right, and let's also go on to upping the game. Tune Protect. That's right. Tune Protect is one of those beneficial from the good old days of Air Asia, when people buy a lot of insurance. And we all know that recently the COVID-19, people are not able to travel, and we don't see that traveling. Even our border open up not at least until phase 3 of all the vaccine rollout, which is actually February 2022. That's right, February 2022 is the time to be looking into it. So let's look at the Tune Protect here. Okay, hit Tune Pro. And let's see where the market is. Let's look at the stock chart in here we have. And you can see the stock chart switching to a wider chart here. So you can see it in here. Definitely the market has sort of moved up from the 40 cents to 45 cents. Almost a 10% move in here. But did have the red Pentagon in here. On this news, they are talking about moving into other region, expanding their foothold in Cambodia, in Asia in here. Let's take a look at it. It's not going to be easy because there's still a lot of competition in here, and it is still unchanged. All right, let's look on to our next news that we have for you here. All right, the next news is Pentamaster. That's right, Pentamaster is one of those tech stock which has fallen a fair bit from the top in here. We can look at that chart here, Penta. Okay, hit that Penta here. We look at the stock chart, and the news talk about the 30 million expansion in here that they are working at, and that one because the plant is running on full capacity, so they are looking into expanding, and usually that should translate to more revenue growth as the semiconductors are continue to grow. So they are going to test equipment assembly and packaging in here. Of course, the US-China trade war continue to benefit in here. They are into all sorts of technology, automation, and also healthcare at one point of time, and also on mobile. So Penta, you could see on the chart just above me up here, is building up a nice base at 540. Now, when do you want to enter? Definitely wait for the green Pentagon, or at least use the trading plan in here. Just want to share with you the trading plan. Hit that one. Okay, and what is the likelihood, the price breaking up above 5 ringgit? 60 cents. 5 ringgit 60 cents, or short-term pull at $5 in here. 2 weeks to 5 days to 2 weeks is the trading period in here. It did say that Penta is not the better one, but you could look at MPI. That's right. But MPI is something that we've seen previously in here continue to move up so much, of course. Let's look at the next story that we have for you. Is no other than Pohuat, which is a furniture maker in here. Prospect looking good. So the news reported that sales will recover moving forward, and they gain the position due to the order delivery to US customers, which should last up to October and November in here. All right. So let's look at Pohuat, which did had a good run as the market recover here, hitting Pohuat here. But do take note, Pohuat is one of those very good stocks that pays good dividend. If I'm not mistaken, we will check out the dividend in here. So you can see Pohuat is still ranging bound in here around the 145. Will this news push it up much higher? Definitely you want to wait for the green Pentagon should it move higher. And let's look also at the stock fundamental right now that we have. Definitely it's rated 4 out of 5, ROE of 11%, this, and has a sector average of 3% in here. Okay, so definitely Pohuat is undervalued with the target price on the PE of 10.5 times. This is calculated by SMARTRobie algorithmically at a potential of 15% return for that one. That's a target in here, something that you want to take note of. Very interesting coming from this onwards. All right, let's move on to our next news. Definitely we are looking at the US side right now. Now on the US side, we have the market actually closed just short of 33,000 in here, and we had a good move, and almost Dow Jones is all-time high. But this morning, because of the interview that was on CNN talking about where US could have done better, less people could have prevented, I think in some way or another, we all know about that during the Trump administration. A lot can be made, a lot can be done. But having said that, this continued to plow the headlines this morning in US. But also another news seems to be pushing out by the Biden administration will be the new infrastructure spending of US 3 trillion after we had 2 weeks ago on the 1.9 COVID stimulus. So this Mr. Joe Biden, the president, is definitely focusing on printing money for many of the Americans. And you can see many of this money is going to flow back into the US market. So it's no surprise why we will see some of these 5G spending, the green energy, and also Biden did promise by 2030 almost 500,000 charging station will be up there, because currently you only have about 100,000 charging station in US, and the number of cars would definitely be more in there. All right, so let's move on to the next headline, which is the Pentagon Guider. The MPI we talk about in here was picked up on the 11th of January, had about 60%, JHM 34, UWC 25, UMW 10%, 1st of March, Asiata, and last week pick CBIP finally did break up to 8.3%. This is some of our past Pentagon picks in here. Definitely for today, lesson learned is our Pentagon Guider list and trading plan in here. CBIP Top Glove, which we will look at the trading plan because today is all about, and also DNO. All right, let's look at CBIP on the chart wise in here, and let me just bring this up. Okay, CBIP. Now the stock that we were talking about was 15th of March when we first talked about it. The market here, the market did hold it, and then it did break out here, and a lot of time because of the sector that is very hot, the construction sector in here. Market broke, of course there's some very quick profit taking, but the market is holding up, and usually this market tend to move in this kind of thing. So you need to have a bit of patience, especially those of you again looking back at the trading plan. All right, let's look at the other trading plan that we talk about in here. The lesson learned is Top Glove. Now do take note, Top Glove pays a bonus dividend. Subsequently, we pick on the 22nd of March, about 25% bonus. But since then, from the time that we has gone down 2.6%. Of course, I want to show you here on Top Glove. You can see it's still holding up a nice base, right? It hasn't run up yet. It'll take a bit of time to accumulate. And of course, the new sentiment continued to surround the rubber glove continued to be very, very bearish. And let me just blow this up a bit. You can see here. So you can see from the chart wise, after adjusted in here, we have the upthrust, and usually upthrust the market will fall back a bit more. But it's holding up this morning. Let's see where top gloves is right here. Now do take note, the charts that you see in TradingView hasn't adjusted to the 25 cent in here. So market this morning is down minus 1.3% after a Friday. So one day up, one day down. So it has that capacity to push up yet in here. But do take note, the volume on the the left hand side here, you can see, right? It's leveling off. So that means the market will continue to digest sideways first. Hopefully, we do have some volume coming in here, and you will see top glove at least breaking back to the upside there. All right. And so this is what we have. So let's also look at the trading plan last week. Let me just bring up this trading plan here, right? And where we were, we can say, let me just switch to the side. So we want to look at review the trading plan. Okay. So here was the charts. So we have two charts, the SMARTRobie chart, which is adjusted here on this side for the 25 cents dividend payment, but the trading view, you don't see that. So top glove has been trending down, definitely sure, since mid-February and turning on. Price to enter was 541. Right now is 509 with the 25%, 530, still dropped slightly. Stop loss 456. Okay, so still above here. Target profit about 615 in here. We'll see whether we can reach that or not in the time period, holding period up to 22nd of June. So we have a few more months to hold this and see whether this is something. We'll give it time, just like when we cook curry rendang, correct? We still need time to allow it to simmer, to get that flavor into the meat, right, before we eat those beautiful curry rendang in here. And the same thing, so we need to allow what you have seen up at the top there, the low volume accumulation, allow smart money accumulate first. Hopefully, by any chance, this market will break higher and hit the target $6.14. But we will see. Remember, not all trades will ever go up, right? That's why we have a stop loss at 456. Do take note of that one. All right. So that's one of the trade in here. Let's also look at the next one we have is DNO, selected on 22nd of March. So let's bring that one here. DNO, green. All right. So DNO was 22nd of March. Hit high, came back down, moved sideways. Notice the volume here also very low, right? And we did pull back up. And this looks pretty okay, still all right, right? You can see here 440, 437. It's the old resistance needs to buy. You can see low volume in here. That still is looking very good. You have a nice pullback in here. Let's hope for the next 1 or 2 weeks, this market will be able to break a bit more higher going forward. All right. So those are the lesson learned we have for you here. Let's take a look what we have for you this week for our trending ideas. All right, so for our Pentagon ideas, definitely we have two. FPI, Formosa, which is a Taiwanese company in here. You could see on the top of me here. The first target is $3, last is $2.90, and the ATR stop loss is $2.52. And the second trade idea we have is Sunway. All right, so what we're going to do is just to show you this one here, FPI. Formosa Prosonic, they make speakers, if I'm mistaken. There you can see this was the green Pentagon, market holding up. Okay, so we're going to do our trading plan here. So let me just see here, bring this up. There you go. All right, so let's do this. Okay, let me just squeeze this a bit, and we're going to be doing some trading plan. You can follow me in here. All right, so we can say here, there was a green Pentagon earlier. On what date? Okay, what date is this? This is on 15th of March. And this is the, okay, I need to bring this over here. Okay, this is the second green Pentagon. Okay, green Pentagon. Okay, so what we can say here, all right? So let's look at it, whether it's bullish or not on the weekly basis. Yes, it's still in a nice uptrend. You can see, all the way from 150, all right? Okay, weekly blue trend zone from what date was this? This is from the 24th of August last year. Wow, that's a long time, isn't it? 2020. And that price around, how much was that? If you enter the opening price, that will be 153. Okay, so put it 153. So right now we are almost 289. If you could hold that long, August last year now, it's almost touching $3 in here. Yeah, almost a 100% return from a Formosa for that one. All right. So of course, let's switch to a daily chart here. You can see, okay, you got the old price level in here. We need to write that. Okay, so as you can say it here, green Pentagon triggered. Okay, on what date? On this one is 26. Okay, 26 March 2021. Okay, so important price level here is definitely let's put here 343. Okay, O resistant high at 343. On what date is that? That's 16th of February. That is also the time where a lot of the market was bullish just after Chinese New Year. And after Chinese New Year, you can see worldwide, everybody just sort of dropped with it, with the correction of the, we see the US 10-year yield Treasury follow together too. But so right now it's climbing back up here. That seems to be good. So entry price is today, 289. Okay, 289. Actually, this one also we can put, this is the all-time high. Okay, all-time high. Stop loss, we can use the exit strategy here. All right, so let me use the exit strategy. So you can put FPI, hit that one. Okay, exit strategy. Right, okay, there you go. Exit strategy, you can use the stop loss, which is around 257. Okay, 257, and profit target we can go for $3 a bit, or red Pentagon. So we go for 343. Okay, 343 in here. Okay, 343, which is the old high lah. Yeah, almost the old high there. Okay, holding period is how long do we want to hold the period here? But usually we hold it for 2 months. We can also use the trading plan here. Okay, let's wait for the trading plan. Okay, we want to hold it for 2 months. Okay, which 2 months now is March. That will take us into the 29th of June. Okay, 29th of, now it's March. So you're going to April, May. Oh, it's 29th of May. Okay. Okay, so there you go. We have done our, okay, let's try one more time again. It seems to be, okay. All right, right now, oh, okay, there seems to be something is not right about SMARTRobie. All right, so let's see what we have for you in here. So that's the condition that I have. All right. Okay, let's turn on to our next segment here. Okay. Okay, we're going to come back to what we have for you this morning here. And let's go on to our next segment here. So our next segment is definitely going to be, that's right, our Pentagon Guider. That's right, our Pentagon Guider trade. Now, as I talk about in 2020, we made about 106% return for a period of 35,000. And last weekend, we are still up. Actually, this one may be up to about 10% in here for a portfolio of 31,000. So do find out the kind of return that you have for January to February. Have you achieved 10% return on your portfolio or using some of the trade idea that you have following the fixed rules. We talk about the fixed rule that we shared on our value investing course inside there. Do take note, 10% return for the last 3 months is certainly very, very good, despite what we saw a lot of market going down in here. So do let me know what you think of it, whether you were able to achieve as part of our agenda, train trader and train investor, to able to achieve it, because we want you to continue to know that using SMARTRobie in here, a 10% achievement, not great, but if you compound it every year, just like if we did, and maybe as we go on, we are in 10%, who knows, if we do have that GE15 rally that we see, this 9% that you see for the last 3 months will certainly go higher so much for that one. All right, so let's go to the next trade setup we'll talk about in here. Again, some of these are the charts that we always talk about in here. Remember, right, when we see this in here that you see, so these are the what we call the sign of strength. Okay, sign of strength. You can see this breakout in here, and we see volume coming in, and those are the trade setup that I usually continue to flash out, and we definitely do more in our masterclass, which is already been part of our agenda to train you to be a train trader and train investor, so you get all the opportunity should we have a great rally on this nice pullback in here. All right, this so far market correction that we've seen in here, definitely it's holding up the level that we've seen around 1600 in here. But if the market were to go higher, don't be take that opportunity, okay, to learn more and definitely move faster in the market. All right, so let's move on to next that we have, and these are the QR code that we have for you for all our sign strength and sign weakness. Do check it out, the video in here. And definitely also this Wednesday, due to popular demand, some of people are asking about our masterclass preview. So on the 31st of March, Wednesday, 9:30, we will be including also US trading. Okay, we'll do about the masterclass about 45 minutes, then we'll go on to trade the US market on Wednesday night. So do join me if you have time. In those of you who are considering coming for our masterclass, definitely this is a preview that we want to share with you and give you the many benefits of joining us then in here. All right, and also don't forget, we have the there's one more. Okay, let me see. We do have a talk this weekend. Let me just bring out the April 3rd. April 3rd is our next talk that we'll be doing. All right, so let me just bring out the all right, I don't have it in here, but let me see whether I can bring it up and show you here. Okay, so 3rd of March is our next talk that we have. All right, and so what we're going to do right now, those of you who want to subscribe to our YouTube, this is so you won't miss any of our video that we put on in here. So what we're going to do is going to review some of the stocks that you guys have, and definitely thanks to Selvi, Happy, Richie Rich, and so far great. We don't have any stock review this morning. Okay, we have Yuki, that's right. So let's look at Gambunda this morning in here for Yuki. Gambunda. All right. Oh, Gambunda has a big gap up and then sell all the way down. Wow, this usually I suspect is a price entry. See that? Open up 397 and then sell back down here. All right. We want to see what's going to happen. That was on last Friday. It went to green Pentagon in here. Definitely right now you need to take some partial profit, because we see this huge sell down in here. There is probably some sort of a news that's impacting this stock here that you see. That's why we normally don't get this kind of very weird kind of chart in here. Do take note. This is something we need to take. Okay, Abu has API. All right, API, APB. Okay, APB. Okay, this one is good. Looks like it's gonna push up higher. Very nicely done. You got a 1 bar pullback, and that's the trade. The 1 bar pullback, which is we talk a lot in masterclass. Now Abu is one of our masterclass students able to pick this. This is going to be good. Continue to run this. All right, and any other stocks? We have Lim Mayfen. Also want me to look at VDAT. Sure, we'll do that. VDAT. Okay, VDAT just turned green Pentagon. As I said before, do be careful. This is a stock that is been manipulated. I take note, do take note of it. So you need to have a real active chart to trade this kind of thing. It can turn up fast, it can turn down fast also, okay? So make sure you monitor very closely. This morning, it's up almost 11% in here, right? So if you're gonna want to go in here, take note, maybe at the old higher, you want to take some profits in here. This is the kind of stocks where sometimes I don't even want to trade because it's just too exciting for me. Okay, I prefer trade something that I have an edge because I do know this kind of stocks has a lot of smart money. They can turn very fast, so you really have to glue yourself to the screen for that one. Okay, so if any more stocks we want to look at, because we want to also give priority to some of our reviewer here that we see, like Yuki, Miss Lee here. So if not, we will close our session for today for our breakfast show. Right, definitely thank you for coming in here, and don't forget, this Wednesday and this Saturday we have two events. Saturday, the 3rd of April, will be our Saturday technical analysis for TradingView, and also this Wednesday will be our preview of our masterclass. So with that, I'll see you later, and do check out our Telegram chat room and do share it with your friends so they will also benefit on some of these stocks in here. So thank you very much. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.